Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
In our family, when I'm talking about certain people, they always have a comma and an extra description after their names, like Deborah, my friend from BSF, or Rebecca, my friend who lives in New Orleans. You probably have those too. So does the Bible. Two are found in John 12. We find the first one in verse 1, Lazarus, who had been dead, whom He had raised from the dead. That's probably how he was known for the rest of his life, and tradition says he lived another 30 years. He was no longer Lazarus of Bethany, but Lazarus, the guy Jesus raised from the dead. Practically every time his name was spoken, it would glorify Jesus and be a testimony to His power and deity. That became a problem for the Jewish rulers. Verses 9 through 11 says, "Now a great many of the Jews knew that Jesus was there, and they came not for Jesus' sake only, but that they might also see Lazarus, whom He had raised from the dead. But the chief priests plotted to put Lazarus to death also, because on account of him many of the Jews went away and believed in Jesus." But then there was the blind man that Jesus healed. He would have had that attachment to His name as well. And the countless number of other people Jesus healed. They couldn't kill them all, nor could they deny the miracles Jesus had done. That's the thing about a changed life. You can't argue with it. Of course, some are more dramatic than others. I have one friend whose testimony includes salvation from drugs and alcohol that literally almost killed her. No one can argue with her amazing change into the loving, sunny, sweet spirit that she has now. In verse 4, our second character with a comma comes in. Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, who would betray Him. He's mentioned several times throughout the Gospels, always with that type of addition to his name. In fact, another disciple, also named Judas, was called Judas, not Iscariot, so he wouldn't be confused. In this particular story, Judas Iscariot, the one who would betray Jesus, watched the beautiful, lavish show of affection and worship as Mary, Lazarus' sister, poured a pound of expensive perfume on Jesus' feet. Then he criticized her for it, saying that the oil could have been sold for 300 denarii and given to the poor. As an aside, John added, "This he said, not that he cared for the poor, but because he was a thief, and he had the money box, and used to take what was put in it." What hypocrisy! He would soon turn around and sell information about Jesus for roughly a third of that price. He received a rebuke from Jesus, and Mark 14 says, directly after this, Judas went to the chief priest to betray Him. So one man, forever his name glorifying Jesus, and another man, his name always associated with the devil and his deeds. The question is, what is your name associated with? Does your life so radiate Jesus that when people think of you, they can't help but think of the Lord? Or does your name bring to mind more worldly associations?
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you can find in the description below. Thank you for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.